Elizabeth versus Ruby and Yumi. This is going to be like a really interesting match. Usually Doriavis wins this one, but Ruby and Yumi are both like really threatening characters and neutral, so anything could really happen. But Doriavis switched to. Oh, are they doing a button check? Oh, I think someone's button. I think he didn't check his buttons. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Oh, Lightice should have taken the match. If I was Lightice, I would have taken the match. But yeah, no, this is going to be a pretty interesting match. Elizabeth offers Aurier a lot in neutral, as well as she has like a really high damage output. Doriavis switched to her, mostly for the sake of the damage that she's able to access. But it's pretty much the same deal with Lightice and Yumi. He used to play Motoko and Yosuke, but he wanted characters with kind of similar mobility and a higher damage output. Oh, I didn't know they had an interaction. Elizabeth is always going big ham. But yeah, so this is going to be a pretty high damage match. Usually it's going to be somebody gets the momentum. I mean, it's the story of BBTAG in general, but usually somebody gets the momentum and they kind of carry on the pressure. The gaps gets really hard to bridge once we get to that point. But right now they're just kind of testing around in neutral, throwing out their assist, trying to find an opening. Looks like Lightice has gotten like a little bit of damage. He's kind of like chipping away, but it's nothing to worry about. Like nothing's inside of kill range, or especially since everyone's gotten the health buffs. Everyone on the screen has 17k at least. So the usual like 10k like big damage combos aren't really going to kill a character at this range. But Dory's started getting everything worked up. He's going to have Opia here. And so now Lightice kind of has to stay on the back foot, kind of make sure that he doesn't get to a particularly bad situation. Like even when he's poking and able to get the assist, there's a lot of situations where he kind of just has to back off, because if he doesn't, then a lot of damage will get done to it by Aurier as well. But right now he's gotten a good move. He didn't get the burst punish there, so he's going to get a little bit of damage done to him by Elizabeth. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And we're just back in neutral. Everything's looking pretty even right now. Lightice does take that command grab quite a bit, though. The persona that Elizabeth has the ability to kind of just grab, and you can't block it at all. So you have to be like pretty aware. Make sure to take to the air or something. You see Lightice already adjusting and doing little micro jumps so that he's not quite as susceptible to the persona grabbing him. Right now, I think that he should probably get Ruby out. He's probably going to use this combo to do just that. Oh, good overhead. But everything's looking pretty even. I think that both characters are within one hit death, and there we go for Ruby. I don't think that... Yeah, it would have been really risky to try to burst out there, too. So it was probably good to just let Ruby die and try to like make the comeback with Yumi. But having lost Yumi, having lost Ruby, he does lose a lot of versatility in neutral, particularly. We see now that there's a lot more pressure that's able to be dealt to him. Ooh. This should actually kill. Oh God, that's so much damage. Oh, cross combo is active. Okay. So Dory was able to get the command grab to close out game one, and you can see that once your assist is gone, it becomes much more difficult to kind of bridge the gap. You have to play neutral a lot more safely than you would have otherwise. But looks like they're taking a second. Lightice definitely wants to take a break after that. He was doing like very well, kind of keeping up in neutral, and then suddenly the game kind of turned on its head for him. So I can understand why he would want to just take a breather, kind of regain his composure, because in this game things can go wrong very quickly. And if you're not ready in the next game to play like a more solid neutral game, then you can end up having the whole set taken from you very quickly as well. All right, but we're going into game two. They're going to be starting out pretty much similarly. I think they're going to be just testing the water, throwing out the assists, trying to find like any opening. Particularly here, the defense isn't particularly bad. So there's no player between like the Lightices, Pocket Weebs, the RNGGs, Koopas, that are really going to be getting opened up very much just from this dancing around in neutral. So you have to look around a lot to catch these openings. But Dory gets the first one. He's going to take first bloods, get some damage done. He's going to have Oki, and now Lightice is gonna have to kind of block and hold a lot of this stuff. Try to work his way out of the corner. Dor didn't recognize the situation there. I think he actually got in the DP before Yumi landed, just to get himself a good position. But he's just taking the pressure, kind of doing the high-low mix-ups. Oh, and the DP punish. This actually should be huge. Look, the combo got dropped. Yumi gets a second lease on life. And I think that this is the point where he should be trying to get Yumi out of here. He's probably going to use this combo to try to get Yumi out of dodge. Because you just don't want her to be in there, especially with all this regeneratable health, when Ruby doesn't have very much as well. But he got another hit. Dori had to burst out in order to keep Laurier from going into like a really dangerous range. And the same thing for Ruby as well. I think that Lightice has been getting a lot of coverage off of that overhead there. He hasn't really converted too much off of it, but just getting the overhead to keep his opponent in the corner has been a big deal. And there's going to be another burst. Both characters are kind of low health now at this point in the game. Ooh, that was a good DP. At this point in the game, any character could pretty much die all in one hit, except for maybe Elizabeth, unless the persona gets hit. But now everyone has to play like pretty carefully because like there's even at the low health that his characters are at, having just Elizabeth in, right now Yumi and Ruby absolutely have the ability to steal this round. So now you see that with his assist, you're going to see the assist come out like a ton more now because Lightice is going to be trying to put on the pressure that he couldn't really put on before. So Resonance has to be popped for Doriavis, and he's going to have to play very, very, very carefully just to make sure that nothing crazy happens to him. And this is going to be really good as well. This combo is going to do a lot of damage. It's probably not going to kill Elizabeth, but it's going to do a ton of damage. Elizabeth's going to be in the corner, and she's within one hit of being dead, just like everything else on the screen. So now they have to play like very, very careful neutral. So I'd say that Lightice is in a really strong position here. And the persona got hit, and that's going to close it out. Lightice makes a really good recovery in game 2 to tie it up one apiece. All right, looks like Dori's having controller issues. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I'm honored by your enthusiasm, but I am unused to revealing my power.
Dori.
I am.
Yeah, it looks like he's... No, he pulled out the other controller. Okay, he doesn't need one. All right, so we're going to hop into Game 3. The controller issues have been solved, and now we get to move on to see who's going to take a lead in this set. This game is going to be really important because whoever wins this match has a game to give. And that situation is really important, especially knowing how bad things can go, how quickly in BBTAG. That was a good shot there. So you're going to see the same dance that we've been seeing. Assists are getting called out, except this time Lightice is going to get the first shot. So here we see that he's going to get a lot of the momentum moving forward, and he's going to be able to kind of apply a little bit more pressure. Oh, but Doriavis kind of turned it around pretty quickly. He was able to hit Yumi when Yumi came in for the assist, as well as get the corner position and the pressure. I think that a better answer there would have been DP for Lightice, but he didn't recognize the situation, so he just took the anti-air, kind of took a more reserved approach. But here we see both characters are kind of like low mid-health for Doriavis, and actually Elizabeth might be dead if he doesn't get a good burst there. But the burst was fine. Lightice was a little bit trigger happy on trying to punish, so Doriavis kind of got his chance to get out of there. So he's going to have a second. Oh, he got hit by the throw though. This is going to be big as well. If this is a bad burst timing, then either one of these characters could be dead. But there should be the assist into the super, and that's going to be the end of Laurier. So he has just Elizabeth here, and it's looking really, really good for Lightice. Both characters are at high health, as well as he has his assist to kind of assist him in neutral, make sure that he's able to apply a lot more pressure than Dori's going to have here. He's going to have to play like a really strong neutral game. But he did put, ooh, that was good. He did put Yumi within one shot of death. That's why Doriavis had to, he had to burst there for Lightice. And now both of his characters are in like very spooky territory. With Resonance Pop particularly, Elizabeth is going to be able to both deal chip damage and almost one-shot either of these characters if he missteps. Fortunately, not a lot of Elizabeth's moves can really hit both characters, and Elizabeth's super doesn't hit both characters as well. So everything that he does is going to be like single character damage there. Oh, he missed the anti-air, and this actually should be what closes out the round. Yep, we get the super. It's going to be for the DHC, and that's going to be the end of Elizabeth. So Lightice is able to take game 3, and he's going to go up 2-1 and have he's going to have a game to give as far as this is concerned. So Dory's going to have to play a lot more solid in order to take the set back. And they're back into character select. This is a really good. They're just taking a moment to kind of get everything back together, right? Especially after a game like that where Dory was doing okay at the beginning. He definitely had opportunities to take the game back, and you become very conscious of when you miss them. So we're going into game 4. Lightice is up 2-1, so he does have a game to give here. If anything goes wrong, he can switch his team. He can kind of replan, making the adjustments. Whereas now Doriavis is on the edge of the seat, right? This is losers finals, and so we know both players kind of want to go to grand finals. So it's going to be like a that was a good throw bait, and there's going to be a lot of damage done here for Doriavis. We can already see the adjustment in neutral. He's doing a lot better, kind of instead of teching the throws, he's just baiting them now. And now he's going to get the corner position as well as OG. So this is really good. Cross combo gets activated. He's probably going to use the Divine Thrust and then switch. No. He just takes the pressure and kind of leaves everything in the corner. And he just kind of forces Lightice to make a decision there. So that's pretty good. So we see another throw tech is really, really good. He has a really high rate on those. And he's just getting damage on the assist, kind of not letting Yumi get her regeneratable health back. Good block there for Lightice, though, on the instant overhead. He really understands the situation that he's in, and that he has to play like very solid neutral. But in the run forward, he was clipped. So that's going to be a good amount of damage for Doriavis, kind of put both characters in between like one hit from death. And there we go. He goes straight into the super so that no burst can be done. Elizabeth is going to come in, finish off Ruby, and now Yumi's stuck by herself. This is a huge gap to... We might as well change the score to 2-2. This is a huge gap to cover. It looked like Lightice just kind of took the hit. At that point, you just kind of have to go into the final game and hope you do a little bit better later on. All right, so we see Dory was feeling that one. He really snatched the momentum back after the loss that he took in Game 3. So we're going straight into Game 5. Can't escape from Crossing Fate. We're going in, and both characters are going to get back into the dance in the mid-screen. Great anti-air from Dory. And they're going to be looking for kind of just a place to get that damage in corner position. So Dory has a setup. The push block was kind of nullified there. A lot of damage is going to get dealt. Oh, he missed the 2B though, so Yumi is going to be able to get in, kind of allow Ruby to heal a little bit. But this is a really good start for Dory, especially with an anti-air like Aurier's. He's really taking advantage of just the positioning he has. But Lightice has been ready for that command grab from the Persona, so he's going to get really good damage here. And the game is virtually even again. I would even say that Lightice actually has an advantage here with all the health that's on Yumi and how close to death Elizabeth is. But he was able to get the raw tag, so I would say that this position isn't awful for Doriavis. It's just definitely not ideal. He's going to have to play like really carefully in neutral now to make sure that he doesn't get just smacked. But there's a good hit on, that's a dead Ruby. Actually, the situation just became amazing for Doriavis. Lightice panicked, he did the DP, and now he's going to be able to put Yumi within one hit of death and in the corner. And there's Oki, and there's the anti-air. If Lightice wasn't mashing there when Dory dropped his combo, that would have been an awful situation. But he's got Resonance active. Dory just has to wait this one out. If he can put him in block stun until resonance runs out at least, then that's kind of an ideal situation there for Dory. Activates his own resonance, and now he's in a strong position. Anytime that he hits, he's able to do some chip damage, and there's a DP punish. He's going to Astral. Please, please do it. Please. We got anime, boys. Put him on the cross. Woo! Doriavis takes the losers finals, and we're moving on to RNGG